Are we really stuck in the elevator right now?
I think so.
Damn, wait, what happened?
I don't know.
The door?
Something was crackling. Pick this up real quick.
I cannot believe this.
Go ahead and close it. Tell them to call us down.
Try it now.
That sucks. Trust.
Jen's gonna fix it right now.
Jen did?
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
I guess restart it.
All right. Well,
If you guys really want to get out,
Vlogging, Ken?
but I would not.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm Hobby.
Hi, Javi.
Champagne Hobby. Follow me on Twitter.
Kazam. On the roof of Sears Joliet.
Hold on here.
It's cold. Okay, I didn't know this was
Whole lot of dents.
a whole lot of. No, it gets even weirder. Like, what's on the others? This is so weird and. Oh, look, we're looking for. We're trying to get away from the fixtures, and here they are.
Just go out there and
They got a couple things like that. Shit.
I'm looking at these fixtures. Oh, what about women's? I'm pretty sure.
Careful, don't blow your cover.
Yeah, we're probably women's. I don't know if these pictures back.
There's so many, just weird little hidden rooms there before. Oh man, I thought we were stuck in dental for a second. Like even if you come back here. There was oh, they must have cut the electricity back here. You see there's like a toilet with nothing in it and no water, no nothing.
Some toilet paper.
Then if you go in that next one,
So,
I don't even know where this door goes.
these were just like on the.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just on the. Right here. Alright.
treasure hunting. If that even turns on, it's probably nothing but brown sludge. This looks like an old medieval torturing device right here.
That's the pressing machine.
Look at that. It looks like a vice. It's like an old torture room. The Polaris 101. I don't know what the point of this room was.
1740.
It's fun just, hey, you never know. We might stumble onto a gold mine here with find some hidden treasure. Put a hole in the wall.
Why is there a timer?
Probably. It's like that's a timer for the power or something.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah, it's locked from the other side. There you go. Sears Joliet is the place to win.
Compelling place to shop, work, and invest.
Oh, especially invest. Anthony, Pennywise was here.
Oh, God.
This is the.
Is there more to
Why it doesn't. See, it's not hard to explain when apparently these are the systems that are running all of Sears Joliet.
And those big ones. How big these things are.
It's Windows 95 level stuff right there.
Our previous episode, stack them up.
Alright, drinks the band.
Bro, I gave our bag the other day.
Oh, jeez.
He asked me for one.
Yeah, he comes in. Yeah.
I was like, alright, guys, I got a window today.
Oh.
Nah.
Just wait, already had you two? My three? Yeah. Just.
What now, OSHA?
What is this thing? I don't know what this is.
I don't know. Break it.
Safety.
I'm not gonna break it, Deontay.
Attention Sears shoppers, this is your captain speaking. The time is now 8:45 p.m. and your Sears store will be closing in 15 minutes at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. What are we doing today?
We're bowling for Sears.
What's that, a wheel?
That's a wheel. That's a whole wheel.
Yes. Oh, fuck, that hurt.
This is the diesel one.
The diesel. Do it! Electroshock therapy! Let's go.
Okay, ready?
Can I hold your hand?
We're gonna go to.
Let's ease it.
Like
Oh wait, am I gonna get electrocuted?
Oh shit.
no.
Oh my god.
It's so tight in the left.
Oh, what the fuck?
Shall I?
Go all the way.
Shall I?
Whoa!
It didn't hurt, but it felt fucking weird.
That was crazy.
Someone else want to try?
For $5 to clear the fence.
You ready?
No. No, I'm not gonna do it. One more time.
Look, he's back.
Do it! No. Jimmy, help!
Okay.
I'm being peer pressured.
Don't be an idiot.
$20?
Wait, what? What? Wait, that's your end game ticket plus
To jump over the fence.
$20? Whatever it takes! $20 to jump over the... Give me that. What? Hang on. Jake, you would never make it halfway. No, dude, not you.
Give me $20.
So, Jake, don't go over. You're not going to make it.
I'm not giving you $20. I'm getting him $20 if he doesn't.
Jake's going to clear without touching it, right? Jump in. Jake, do not do this.
It's not you, no.
You're not jumping over.
It's on, I want to have done.
Jake, you better not let me break back out.
Do a flip.
He's going to break your fence.
It's his 20.
Oh! You just made it. Jake, I'm proud of you.
Give me $20. I'll do it.
No, I'm fine. Where'd you land?
Where'd you land?
He's on. You need to do the Spider-Man fee. You have to pose him right up.
Alright,
It's yours. Wait, wait.
I got evidence, he's
Wait. Don't go yet.
It's really bad. It's literally like a
Oh.
Sheldon might be able to fit. I mean, Nim, go through it. Come on, you can do it, yo. Nim, go through it. Sorry, guys. Hurt. Spidey there. Oh! Ow! You're trapped, Nick.
Nick, you're in the trenches.
You're trapped. In the trenches. Oh no!
Why are you assaulting me? No! Ow! You're not getting it back.
Alright. Just the whistle.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, Nim, you're not gonna get out of there. Get out of there. You're not gonna. Oh, there's so much more. Army strong. Nim, you're just on the dirty now.
Hey, Ken.
All right.
He is a changed man.
Look at the ground. It's not like nobody made a mess, right? Chocolate pieces all over there.
Come on, you're worse than those kids at the Margaritaville.
Yeah, they don't have the people sweeping up every year, do they?
I got back to Vip's high-rise apartment before he did. Check this out. It's a view from his apartment. Alexa, can you turn the TV on? Well, shit. He has no light switches in here. It's a completely smart apartment. Alexa, can you turn the kitchen light on? Oh, shh. Alexa, can you turn the hallway light on? Oh god, that's fucking freaky. Oh, what? Oh my god, this is... Vip, when are you gonna get back? I'm starting to freak the fuck out. I'm sitting here all alone in Vip's high-tech Alexa apartment and everything's turning on. Alexa, can you turn the TV off? There it is. Alexa, can you turn the kitchen light off? Okay, now I'm all alone in Vic's weird Vip, in Vip's weird apartment.
Who do I look like, buddy?
Who do you look like?
Who do you look like? Who do you think?
I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me.
Tom Cruise. Who else? Tom Cruise.
Do you get mistaken for Tom Cruise a lot?
All the time. All the time.
Tom Cruise, are you having fun today?
Oh yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. Don't forget, my new movie comes out next year in January.
What do you like about this event, Tom Cruise?
I like all the music, I like all the girls, I like all the women, and I like all the food.
What about the trucks?
Oh, the trucks are awesome. Trucks are awesome.
Already. All right. See, this is how good of a player at hide and seek I am. Well, the question now is trying to get out of here.
I gave you some ceiling paint.
This ain't gonna be easy. Oh.
You know the ride is big tiny. Can I just give you that ceiling paint to be prepared?
We survived. Well, then you better buy a shovel.
Here's a shovel. Here's a shovel. Okay.
Yay!
Best friend.
Dude, I just want to start playing the A-Team theme song right now. Let's go down.
Yeah. Hey, if we get pulled over, don't let me say shit.
Good to go. You are good to go. Okay, whenever you're ready. Why won't this fucking thing work?
Oh. Hey, Nick.
Why won't this fucking thing work?
Hey, Nick. I heard Ken's coming to visit you. I hope you guys have fun. Don't give your uncle a hard time so he kicks you guys out. You know, have a blast. Do that ride-along thing. And the next time I come visit you, we're going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, baby. Dallas, Texas. I'm coming.
Find what X is. It's a pattern. 16, 6, 68, 88, X, and 98. What is X?
How about pancakes and taters for whoever guesses correct? You 13. 13 divided by X gives you pi.
What?
Pi is 3.14. Divide that by 13.
We're doing all division now.
What's 13 divided by... These numbers all end in 8.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them, okay? We got 3 numbers equal 8, right? We got two numbers that end in 6, right?
Yeah.
Cross multiply. So, what you get here, it's 18, right? That's a 0. Charles, you're buying me pancakes and taters? The answer is 2.
Yeah, the answer is, I've got the answer, Keith. It's not 2.
It is in fact not to. Erase everything you put up on.
Do you want me to give you the hint, or do you?
60, 66, 88. Shut the fuck up. We're getting this, Rick. I'm not splitting any of my taters or pancakes with you. Why am I just washed? 60 or 66?
Hold on, wait. Take a step back and let me look now that you've done this.
It's 90.
It is not 90. Rick, you
Trying too hard.
I'm not trying too hard. Give me...
Rick, you were onto it when you came up with the 91. Like you had the first step there.
So look, we have...
Please fucking talk in your head.
Shut the fuck up.
For the love of God.
Shut up.
Just talk in your head.
You
shut up!
91.
90, 86.
86.
Nope. Flip.
68.
No, you got to flip the 6 too.
89.
Oh, 89. 88. 68.
Nope.
86.
Is it?
It's 87. The answer is 87.
You dead ass.
Rick got it.
Whoa! 87, baby! Fuck this riddle. Charles, I expect pancakes and taters. For me and not Zach.
I helped.
We did good. We did good. Fuck you, Ken. You're such a shit riddle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2020. By the time you are seeing this, it is New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2019. Here we go with the annual New Year's Eve video. You just sat through 18 minutes of miscellaneous videos from throughout the year that I never posted. They just never really fit in anywhere. Or unless you just skipped right to this because you wanted to hear me talk. In which case, thank you very much. So I'm just going to go through and recount the events of the year. 2019 was a very mixed bag. We had some dizzying heights, some amazing high moments, and some absolute shit moments with that. So so getting right through it, we started off in January. The 1st through the 6th of January, we were still closing the Sears and Joliet. The store was empty by that time, so it was just us scrapping metal and all of that. I had a wonderful team. I only worked there for 2 months to help with the liquidation because I was still going to school and working my main job. So that was a really busy period of time. But the Wildcat gang, Andy, the manager, Colin, Yazan, Sheldon, Donovan, Ethan, Cindy, Gianna, great group of people. And from there, my big event was starting school at the Second City. It was my senior year of college, and it was my final semester before graduating, and it was spent entirely at the Second City. And the whole semester built up to a final showcase between the two different groups. There was Cohort 1 and Cohort 2. I was a part of Cohort 2. And it was a wonderful semester, entirely held at the Second City here in Chicago, one of the most notorious comedy institutions in the country. All the while I was still working at Frankfurt TV, getting everything going there, doing all the winter events such as the ice carving, the winter carnival, the winter sports,
the winter sports is even where I took a football to the face, which is not the type of injury I would have guessed I would go out of that job with, but hey, life's full of surprises.
I just, it was a lot of fun, you know, coming out and, you know, kicking the ball around and enjoying the winter sports out here. Oh. Well, yeah, I was kicking the ball and I tried to go in between the upright of the trees there and I accidentally hit the cameraman. And I hope he's all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I am okay. And it's just weird because the first ever song I discovered of 2019 on January 2nd, I found a great 80s song by Mark Spiro called Winds of Change. And it's a song all about how your life will change for the good and the bad, and there's nothing you could really do about it. It's fitting that was the very first song of the year because that really did sum up my 2019 as a whole. So moving onward from there into February, we also had Valentine's Day, which was a crazy day because my train out of the city here into the suburbs hit and killed someone, and that started a whole crazy commotion, and I ended up eating dinner by myself in the train station that night with a pizza. I owned it. I made a pretty fun social media post about that. So, and then of course on February 22nd, the band Find Me, which is a Frontiers Records project that I run all of the social media pages for, released their third album, Angels in Blue, and that came out on February 22nd, which is really cool, running the Facebook page because I even got my own official album credit there in the CD booklet. So, hey. How cool is that, huh? Always nice to get some credit. And March was a pretty cool month. March started out, you know, some of my friends down there at Second City had an awesome St. Patrick's Day party that we went to up on the north side of the city. A lot of fun times, a lot of fun memories, just great people from all over the country, too. It wasn't just Chicago people, it was people from all over the country that got accepted into the Second City program. And some miscellaneous Frankfurt TV filming, things like a kite flying event and a Around the World festival that was pretty neat. But the main highlight of that was the Hollywood show, which I took my dad to for his birthday, as well as our friend Bob, and that was incredible. We got to sit in the Sanford and Son truck. We got to meet Officers Smitty and Hoppy from the show. I didn't even know those guys were still alive, and they were in the cop uniforms and everything. A couple other actors, but one really cool thing was I got to do a Better Off Dead reunion with Diane Franklin and John Cusack. Diane Franklin and I have known each other for a few years now, thanks to the 80s in the Sand events I went to, as well as a couple other shows. Diane is great. Huge shout out to you, Diane Franklin, and she might even use this in her upcoming Better Off Dead book for 2020. So meeting the both of them was really cool. John Cusack's a man of few words, but he was nice. It's not like he was rude or anything to me, so that's good. Now, April is when we run into some really weird, like, roller coaster highs and lows, because April started on a tragic note. At the first week, last week of December 2018, first week of January this year, I noticed my beloved cat Buzz, who I had since she was a kitten, 14 years old, we noticed this little growth growing on her, and because it was bleeding, she would pick at it. And, you know, a couple different. I live right down the street from a vet, so you know we would take her. I would take her in. You know, occasionally I would get her in my cage, put her in my car, and take her. And we thought we had found it early enough to where it could be surgically removed. And April 9th, I got the phone call saying, it's the vet calling me while I was at Second City saying, it's worse than we thought. And whenever that's the first sentence out of their mouth, you know something's up. And he said, I don't think surgery is the best route for her. So, and that cat was my shadow. Like, I could not go anywhere. Rah, 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 rah. I'd jump in bed for the night. She would jump in bed with me. She'd be pawing at my face and all this stuff. So it was the abrupt, sad end of Buzz on April 9th, 2019. And of course, you wake up that morning getting her ready for the surgery. We went to bed that night before, not even knowing anything was out of the ordinary. Even in the morning, she was acting fine, and then by that afternoon, unfortunately, she was no more. So, Buzz, I hope I was able to give you a good home. 14 years. Always gonna love you, Buzz. Whether you're a cat or a dog person, if you have pets, you know how this goes.
It's like following the ball. Her eyes, she's literally moving like
That's
he's
funny, yeah, I know, yeah. Look at, I can't believe it. Has she done that before? Look at her.
not often.
You gotta take the pictures to show your mom.
And then what better way to counteract the biggest tragedy of the year? 8 days later, we had the biggest success of the year when the song Paradise from Whitewater Summer, that we have been trying to track down for 5.5 years, other people have been trying for 30 since the actual 80s. We uncovered a cassette tape of Paradise by Jill Colucci under the name Kaylee Adams. So if you look on my YouTube channel, a 5.5-year search was ended on April 17th, 2019. And that Paradise song is on my channel. It's been used in a couple of my videos. So special thank you to Jill Colucci, her manager Kathy Stringer, the Columbia Music representatives Merlene Travis and Susan Slamer. I even had a fun phone conversation with Susan Slamer and her husband Mike Slamer, great guitar player. So yeah, Paradise was an amazing feat, as well as some fun stuff at Second City, such as my friend Jack and I having to move this big-ass, heavy, antique wooden table up 3 flights of outdoor stairs into our friend Kelsey's apartment. That wasn't easy, but we're men, so we did it. And we also had another funny day where we all pulled someone's name out of a hat. We had to come dressed as that person. I had to come dressed as Kellen, who always wears crop tops, and her big jacket, so that was fun. May was the biggest month of the year. It started with me going to a weekend in Vegas to hang out with my 80s in the Sand crew at an event called 80s in the Desert. Lots of great bands, lots of great people. And then immediately when I got back from that, we had our final showcase at the Second City, which went really well. It was a lot of fun. I want to thank a lot of people who came to watch. Like Jason, you came out to watch it. My cousin Eddie, his wife, Amy Anderson, who was a teacher of mine from community college, surprised me by coming out to see it. So a lot of great people. Thank you so much. It was a great show. And then upon completion of that show, boom, I received my bachelor's degree in comedy, writing, and performance. I'm not trying to only do comedy in my life. I'm not trying to be a stand-up or anything like that. I just thought it was a more unique, inclusive degree that would make me stand out a little bit more. So then we get into the summer months, which was mainly just a lot of Frankfurt TV filming. A lot of Frankfurt TV helping with the market, the Art on the Green. July, kind of the same thing, filming the fireworks for the 4th of July. August, we had Flashback Weekend 2020, which contained the craziest coincidence of the year, where Alan Kaiser from Mama's Family was one of the guests. So the night before Flashback Weekend, I was re-watching Mama's Family to familiarize myself with it, and the episode I watched had Yardley Smith in it as a guest star. And sure enough, 12 hours after I watched the episode, I'm sitting in the hotel lobby, and Yardley Smith just goes walking by. She wasn't there for the convention, she just happened to be there in the hotel. So I got to meet her, got my picture with her, and we reunited her and Alan Kaiser, which was great. Amazing year. I can't wait for Fastback Weekend 2020 at the bigger hotel, the Hyatt Regency. And then my high school, Tinley Park High School, showed off their new field house, which was, I couldn't even believe I was in the same building, and that was crazy. September, I turned 22, and I started my second nighttime job at the Tinley Park Convention Center doing the houseman work, which is okay. It's a very, like, I work with some fun people, and the work isn't too bad, but it's very robotic. A lot of people there love to stir up drama. it gets tedious after a while. It's a very tedious job, working with some tedious people, give or take. So, you know, it's not meant to be a long-term thing, but for the time being, a second job to just boost my bank account. You know, sometimes, especially with student loans and stuff, you gotta do what you gotta do. Just like in October, we had a nice vacation up to northern Wisconsin with Eddie and my nephews. Very rustic, very relaxing, very cool. Lots of Halloween shoots for Frankfurt TV, and my first ever time actually was October 17th. It was either the 17th or the 18th, working as an extra for the first time ever on Chicago Med, which was a really cool, my first ever time working as an extra, and we filmed my scene entirely on location on a boat in the middle of Lake Michigan. So that was cool. I thought for sure something was going to go overboard, because they got boom mics standing on the railings of the boat, and it's a little choppy. I'm like, oh, something is going overboard here, a camera or the director or someone. I got to be in the scene with Oliver Platt, which was cool, and I believe that episode actually airs next week, so I'll have to keep my eyes open for myself. Same thing in November, a lot of hard work, 5 a.m. nights, which I'm definitely not used to, but we pulled it off. The big event was going down to Dallas to hook up with my best friend Nick, who I haven't seen since he moved down there to take a job as a cop. We even went to a Stranger Things convention where we both met Millie Bobby Brown, which was a lot of fun because we're both big Stranger Things fans. And we were the only two people there who weren't 9-year-old girls. So there's that going for us. Days of the Dead with my dad, Bob, our friend Austin. We got to meet Richard Dreyfuss. That was a lot of fun. And I did my second job as an extra, this time for Chicago PD, where I was a commuter in a bus station. And the prop guy walked up to me and he gave me this coffee cup to hold. So the whole scene, it's just kind of me walking around, a little sip here and there from the coffee. And I even wrote November 25th. I wrote my date on the bottom of it. Cool little souvenir, so hopefully I made it into that episode too. And then December was just a lot of Christmas, a lot of work. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been following me for a decade now on this channel. I hope you are all doing well. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. 2019, it's been a very mixed bag of a year. A couple things I wish I would have handled differently. A couple things I wish I would have pushed myself harder for, but that's what this new start is for. So, ladies and gentlemen, let the roaring 20s begin. And let's go hang out with some great friends tonight.
Dad texted me at like 11, and I was already like 3 beers deep, and like, mind you, I haven't drank in forever. So like, my first instinct was to just say happy birthday. I was like, happy birthday! And then I'm like, wait a minute.
Look a lot like you, Austin. Right behind.
And that would be me too.
That would be you too. He's wearing like the same kind of shirt you are too.
How did they get back there? Who are these guys? They're the only two back there. They're the only two guys. That is hysterical. That's so crazy. No, they're still. Oh! Look back at it. She just noticed them too. We're like, alright, I'm ahead. How did you get around that fence? That guy's behind you. Parkour.
Yeah, the security just does not give a damn.
That's also what I've been doing. Thank you. I mean, such a good.
Yeah, dude.
I appreciate you making sure it's playing.
25!
They took the countdown away. So like, I mean,
They took it away.
everyone get ready!
Cool, but LG.
Nah, dude, my anus is ready.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, stop. For the thingy.
Where's the countdown?
Talking about
The last 30 seconds.
Like Chernobyl.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Alright, that's 2020! Alright, let's get fucking drunk! Oh, we're trying to figure out who's throwing first, really, asshole? No. Eyes to eyes. We all know the rules, right?
I'm really not even pressing. I
On
just don't
three.
know how to smoke.
1, 2, 3. We're both stuck.
already?
Expected fire only. It's dangerous. Fucking dead.
Shadows fall, and the feeling remains the same. I will never forget your name. In my heart, you will always be part of me. We're apart, and I wish you were here to see love through my eyes. Everybody takes their chances, living on the other side. No one ever knows the answers. We could never run and hide. You were a part of it all, but you lost along the way. Can you still see us here at all? Mystery, like the